seem to be together. Good evening, April 11th. Good to see everybody here tonight. All right, no additions to our agenda. I would like to start out the meeting first. We're going to skip around a little bit. I need a motion. We're going to go to the voting item E.
I make a motion,
Go ahead.
to hire Michael G. as part-time police officer at $23.69 per hour on April 11th.
Second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
No opposed. Okay, that is carried. Thank you. And so from that, we'll move to, Fred, you have the book. I'm going to start out with oath of office for newly elected trustee Bob Carson.
Yeah, we'll go right here.
We're going to go in order.
I'm gonna go ahead and switch this off. All right, just raise your right hand. Okay. And then repeat after me. So I state your name.
I, Robert Carson,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and I faithfully discharge
the duties of trustee for the Village of Watkins Glen
the duty of trustees for the Village of Watkins Glen
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Excellent. Okay. Thank you all.
Yeah, boy, Bob.
Welcome back. Did you see I moved you?
Yeah, I know.
All right.
As soon as I can.
Next up, I'd like to welcome Stephen Kleeman, a new trustee elected in the Village of Watkins Glen.
All right, if you just raise your right hand and repeat after me. So I state your name,
I, Stephen Kleeman,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties of trustee
the duties of trustee
for the Village of Watkins Glen
for the Village of Watkins Glen
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Great. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Fred.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, right.
Congratulations. Welcome aboard. Next up, I'd like to welcome Michael G. Oh my God, I can't believe, I feel like you were 12 yesterday.
Okay. You've heard it twice, so you got it down, right? All right, raise your right hand, repeat after me. I state your name,
I, Michael G.,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties of police officer
the duties of police officer
for the Village of Watkins Glen
for the Village of Watkins Glen
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Excellent. Thank you. I'm going to have you sign this so you're right here. All right, sir, congratulations. Welcome aboard.
I remember Michael riding his motorcycle around. It feels like it was just yesterday, so welcome to the village, and happy that we have our trustees on board, and we're going to move into the rest of the agenda. Okay, Elizabeth Watson is here. Hello, Elizabeth, come on up. I'd like you to come up to, you can either sit or stand here so that the public that are watching can hear you. Elizabeth's from the Public Health Office.
I believe I sent this sheet on our public health program for Schuyler County's public health. I am one of Schuyler County's public health specialists. I've been there for about 10 years. So the programs that are listed, I don't know if this got sent out beforehand, but that we have. I've probably worked on the vast majority of the programs other than immunizations. So we have a children and youth and special healthcare needs program, which is referral services for kids for ages 0 to 21. And then early intervention services cover kids that are ages from 0 to 3 that need help with either speech, OT, or occupational therapy or physical therapy, or any special education. And that goes into our preschool program as well, and child health services. So we have a chronic disease program, communicable disease program, which I'm sure you're familiar with COVID. And you were very helpful with that program that's related to immunizations, where we did the immunization clinics at the community center. We have a rabies program where we offer a rabies clinic, and then we also do rabies case management. Um, and then we also have a community health assessment and community health improvement plan. Emergency preparedness is another program. Watershed, I don't think Watershed does too much within the village of Watkins Glen, other than maybe if anybody has their own, I don't think, nobody in the village of Watkins Glen would deal with our watershed department. Injury prevention, other than if they needed, they're not, I don't even think water testing. So, injury prevention is another program where we do suicide prevention, fall prevention, and substance use. So lead, our lead program coordinator would work with, here, can you want sheets on this?
Yeah, hand those out.
Sure, here, I'll just read it. So lead, the lead program we monitor kids are required to get tested at ages 1 and 2. And so if they're above 5, that would trigger case management, environmental health to go in and review the situation of whether or not they needed help for lead, so in the home. And then we're also offering a lead contractor program right now that our lead program coordinator is doing. So it's lead-free renovation. I believe that's in 2 weeks, and there's 5 spots available, so if you know any contractors, and I think that information has been sent out to your code enforcement. So, and it's like a $300 training that we're offering for free. Child health is, again, that program that I was talking about, overall and referral services, looking for kids. It's like one-time visit. We also have maternal child health and certified lactation consultants to help with any new mom that's struggling with reproductive health. We've got condoms. And so, if you have any questions about public health, I'm more than happy to answer them. Or if there's something you're like, oh, I didn't know public health did that, I can elaborate some more on it. This is just a quick summary sheet of all the various programs that we offer.
Great.
But I know over the years we've worked with, because obviously our office is in the village, we've worked with you guys on some of our initiatives, but
Under the watershed, do you guys test water, well water?
yes, they test wells and also septic systems. So we are the only health department that has a watershed in New York State. The Watershed Protection Agency.
So-
They mostly go out and work with Lamoka, Juanita Lake, Little Lake.
So they would come to somebody's property and test the water in the well?
Well, take a sample. Like we offer, you can drop off your holes down at the shared services complex. They charge for that. Like, so for example, I know my parents, they own a place up the road, bring down their water. And they used to go out and do sampling, but I think it's just so much.
So they have the vessels there that you can pick to get the container to put the water in?
It's a fee service, so. At Public Health, Daryl Sturgis and Josh Cole are the folks that work in that program, so. But,
Great.
yeah.
Always appreciate you coming and sharing the
What-
wealth of information support from your
Yeah.
office.
And we also are looking for 2 public health specialists. So, if you know of anybody that is looking for a job that's within the village, and we do offer remote and flexible schedules, so it's a good job to have. So, any other, if you have any leads, we'd appreciate it, so. But, all right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
All right, we're gonna open a public hearing for local law.
That's right, after that.
I make a motion to make local law draft of demolition of abandoned and unsafe buildings.
Second.
All right, we'll leave the public hearing open, although we don't have a lot of public here, so everybody seems to leave after that.
Yeah.
We won't take that personally. All right. Public be heard. Motion to I'll move to approve the minutes of March 26, 2024, please.
I'll motion to approve the minutes for the regular board meeting held on March 26, 2024.
Second.
You want to add that? Do you want to add that?
Is it a problem? Would it be?
It's not a problem.
Okay.
So we have to make a motion to amend, right?
Yes. So, Bob, I need you to amend the motion to include that we need to have code, have identifying clothing and ID.
So I make a motion to amend the regular board meeting minutes to approve of the code officer's clothing or badge,
ID.
ID.
I'll second that motion.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, Steve can't vote, so he has to abstain.
Great.
What did,
Okay, on to department reports. Stace, you got anything new besides your report, which, lot going on?
The eclipse wasn't as crazy as we thought it was gonna be.
No.
No, not much activity even down at the park, we had some people, but seems like there was a lot of patrol on that Milcom for us, that's good. And then we're just told that the road project's gonna be starting soon down there, the campground.
Soon, like,
Yeah, we'll keep you updated. April 22nd, we just met with the contractor just before this meeting. So hopefully,
somewhere.
Scott, I copied you on that message too, did you see it?
Yes.
So that'll be, we're hoping to have it done before Memorial Day. It's gonna be a little bit disruptive in the park. We'll figure out to help you, because you're gonna wanna notify the campers, obviously, but I've already talked to Cargill and Glen Harbor, so they're aware. So just for you, Steve, we're paving the south section between, in front of the park, all the way to park office in front of community center. That's been long overdue. There's a pond basically down on the corner.
Oh, the lake up, is it some lake,
They call it something,
Lake
yeah.
Cherkis or something like that?
So that'll be great, but what he told us is that we need to have one lane open because the vehicles that go back and forth to the wastewater treatment plant, including the trucks, so that, they won't block it totally off, but, there may be a little bit of grumbling, but we'll remind the campers that, this is what they've wanted, because it's been pretty rough, so. And if there's any change to it, we'll let you know, schedule-wise.
So I see you put the docks in? I thought we weren't supposed to do that while they were dredging.
No, they knew we were putting the docks in, we have to. Yeah, we left one out,
Oh.
and then they're gonna, it's the worst timing in the world when they're dredging in July.
Man, they were dredging today, I mean, it was coming out of
Oh,
there.
yeah.
The other day I went by and I saw, it was just like, wow, that's.
Well, the reason why, because I thought. Are they getting closer to the shore? Because I went down and measured that last year, it was like a foot.
I don't know where they are out there.
Yeah,
put all that right up on shore for a year and then clean it up after a year.
Right.
Oh,
Yes, we're losing one dock space and I think a few of the boat parking down there.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the things to think about, Scott, I think I emailed you on this. We had trouble last year. We used to have those telephone poles for.
Yes, I've got them. Tommy's getting them for me once he gets the park done.
Okay.
I've already got one, Michelle, on it.
Yeah, I think it really helped with the parking, because otherwise people just parked all over the place and then you lost a bunch of spots.
Yeah, I had Tommy meet me down there with Michelle, figured out how many poles I needed. Once he gets done putting the lights up in the park, he's gonna haul them over for me.
Okay,
And then
great.
we'll set them up.
Okay, thanks.
Yep.
All right. Anything else, Stace?
I think so.
Thank you. Scott, anything else? Streets? No, sorry, the other Scott. I forgot I got two Scotts here.
We talked to Jerry today.
Yeah,
If it does get dry this summer, we have a drought, he will do that diversion.
behind the motel?
No, up on Second Street.
Oh, okay,
But it's gotta be real dry because all the springs are there.
yeah, okay,
So he says, as soon as we get a drought, he'll set it up with us to do it.
okay.
Second Street.
If,
Behind the
That good
apartments up
diversion.
there. Yeah. Where the hay bales are, they left.
yeah.
oh, it's up there. Billy's property.
I don't know what's going on there. All right, now Scott from Codes. What's going on with Dunkin' Donuts? Do they have a remedy order?
They were waiting, they're waiting for the weather, but I mean, they did get the lights fixed finally, and, they're working on, they're gonna get replace the
Fence.
fencing, yeah,
Okay, and that sign that's been,
yeah, they're gonna take care of that.
okay. It looks terrible, getting complaints,
What about their
Cargill's
sign?
new fence looks nice.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't know
Who's
why
in
they don't,
Cargill one? Yeah, yeah.
why they don't do something different down there, Dunkin' Donuts, they keep smashing it.
I know people
They
back
fix it
into
and they
it.
smash it.
They're gonna reconfigure their parking area so that stops happening. They made it
Yeah.
really tight when they first put it in there, yeah.
It's not the best setup, is it? All right, thanks, Scott. All right, Terry?
Nothing to it.
All right. How about you, Ethan? Anything you want to update the board on?
What's that?
I said, anything you would like to update the board on?
No, the eclipse was a success, I guess, but traffic was busy for a few hours. We didn't get that wrapped up till about 6 or so. With the unknown, I think it went pretty smooth overall.
Great. Thank you. All right, no fire, no treasures. I'll take a motion to accept all department reports, please.
I make a motion to accept the department reports.
Second.
Further discussion? All in favor? Aye. No opposed? Carried, thank you.
What did we decide about this? Did we already do that? Number 5?
No, we opened the public hearing.
Oh,
We'll vote on it after, I have to close the public hearing at the end.
okay.
Okay, first voting item is the resolution renewing and restating opposition of the Padua Quarry. I need a motion, we can talk about it.
I make a motion renewing and restating opposition to the current application of the Padua Gravel Quarry in the town of Dix, Schuyler County, New York.
I'll second it.
Okay, so this is reinstating our opposition to the Padua Ridge expansion application to the DEC. In addition to it, for your reading pleasure, is the attorney that Michael LaSalle secured did quite an extensive report. In addition to that, Peter Mantius foiled the DEC and within that FOIL, it was identified that that property owner is under consent order by the DEC for multiple
I
violations
saw that, I read that.
and fines by the DEC. So it further states our opposition to this expansion. So this resolution will go, Fred and I talked about how to transmit it both to the state, to the governor's office. Senator O'Mara and Assemblyman Palmisano are sending out their opposition as of today. I was in touch with Senator O'Mara while I was gone. He's adamantly against it. People can still write opposition until Saturday at 5 o'clock. So this is just the village's kind of icing on the cake of put a final push to oppose.
Has O'Mara's office said that they're doing anything? Like, I mean, they could be adamantly against it, but have they been continually voicing their?
Yes, and they're supposed to release today a press release on it to the DEC.
Okay. Would that be something that would go to the Odessa file, do you think?
Should, yeah. Other questions on this before we vote on it?
So when you said there was violations, is that stated in this thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I don't know if it was just me or not, but with the email that went out, when I clicked on the site to get to all this information, like all of a sudden I started getting all those things about this is a bad site.
Oh,
or, you know,
really?
Suspicious site and stuff like that,
That's probably that computer, I didn't have that issue at all.
oh, all right, well, okay.
Yeah, this letter from the attorney is, I thought, very informative.
Yeah, I
agree.
Yeah.
started to read it until like, my
Yeah.
Great
computer went
points in
through
there,
it.
especially about our stance on
Yeah,
no mining in the village, so.
yeah, and the county on Monday, they approved a resolution similar to this. The town of Dix, I suspect, is also doing that this week, so that we have all three entities in the county opposing. So,
Do you think the chances are pretty good? Like, what's your feelings on that?
I don't,
You don't have to say,
I don't,
guess, but
you know, I don't know.
it seems like if you had a village, a county, and a township, totally against it, but it would make an impact.
Now, when it comes to money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
All right, any further discussion on that? All right, thank you all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
No opposed? Carried, we'll hope for the best. Okay, I didn't advise the board, Amanda was gonna be here, Ratchford from the Water System Project. They've been up since 3 this morning with the water shut off, so,
That's right.
and we had a meeting with her this afternoon, so I told her she didn't need to come back. So this next voting item is to approve the next payment for McCrossin on the water project. I need a motion. Excuse me.
I'll make a motion to approve McCrossin's payment application number 12 of $135,555.77 for work performed on the water system improvements project.
I'll second that.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
No
That
opposed?
water thing didn't even, I took a shower this morning, 6:30.
I didn't have any problem. Did you, Steve?
The opposite.
Yeah, they did.
You, oh, you
The
weren't home.
ladies
yet.
at the Clayman House.
You weren't home, yeah. You said, how's this gonna affect? I'm saying,
I
no,
was
you
in-
can't shower.
I was in Green Bay, Wisconsin, an
Oh.
hour behind, and I got the phone call, because they didn't read my text, so.
Oh, hey, there's no water.
There's no water.
So I just sent you a text.
We usually come in with a handful of messages, and there was nothing, so that was good, that's a good response.
Well, I made the coffee the night before, so that was good. All right, next voting item, and Ethan has already cleared this. It's a special event application. I need a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the special events application, push through 5K on 5/18/24 from 9 to 12 p.m.
I'll second it.
9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Further discussion? I thought it was odd that,
12 p.m.
It didn't look like, did you see this application, Ethan?
What was that one for?
That, well, was it-
5K run.
Push
5K?
through 5K.
There wasn't a lot of people out there.
yeah, that's the one that you said you didn't have any problem with. I think I sent it to you maybe yesterday or something. It's the one it's the run that goes from the Elks.
No, I think the one that you
No,
got
that
was
Seneca
different.
7 is
I
different.
got sent at 7,
Yeah.
Oh,
so
maybe
you got
that's the one I sent you?
yes.
Okay.
That's the end of the month.
So this one, we don't have you signed off. It says NA for police, which I kind of question.
Yeah, how you gonna run through the streets? of
So
Sonoma
it's,
Well, it's up Elks Club, up
it
that way.
starts at the Elks.
Doesn't come
Is this
downtown.
the first annual?
14,
Yeah, I've
No,
never
it's-
heard of that.
you're running 14?
It says same as the previous years, so it must not be new.
Goes up Steuben Street, down, Howard. Yeah, it looks like it's all in the back hills until,
Who's this for? What is this
North
for?
Glen,
It's called push through.
All the way to the end of North Glen and
and then
Does it have
down,
an estimated size of it?
down Reading. It's pretty small. It's like 20,
25.
25 people.
Okay, so not too bad.
It's a fundraiser.
they've only got 20.
Suicide awareness coalition.
What is, oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
So it doesn't look like a ton of people. I just wanted to make sure that you didn't have any concerns with it.
I don't think it's came across my desk, but it apparently doesn't need to be DNA, so.
Yeah,
Sounds
it's,
great. If they need assistance on anything, have them reach out to us or, streets, I guess, for example.
Starts at the-
okay. I mean, it doesn't look like it's gonna be huge. This is kind of like the turkey trot thing that we have. It's not like the Seneca 7 where there's 3,000 people running through the village. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
No opposed, it's carried. All right, we have a sewer credit that we had before, so I'll take a motion, we'll talk about it. This is for,
What is it? Oh,
D, I'll make a motion to approve the sewer credit request for 221 South Jackson Street for $1,096, tabled at February 6th meeting.
I'll second it.
okay, so this was the one that we looked at before, we didn't have enough information. And so Nick went out, I think with Calvin, but they referenced photos, but there's no photos here.
The photos. Oh, yeah, I didn't put them in because they didn't feel it was necessary.
Okay.
No, photos aren't necessary. It's in a joined garage, basement garage, if you wanna call it that. There is a drain in it. The drain actually does, cause we tested, it was tested, goes out into the backyard.
Oh, so this,
It actually daylights out into the backyard.
Okay.
And they ran a hose down it, turned the hose on, tested the flow, watched it. So yes, so all the water from that, the pipe that would have broke would have gone down that drain out and daylighted all out into the backyard.
Because
Okay,
we
so
were saying how much water.
Yeah, I believe Nick's
Yeah.
report is in there. That-
Yeah, I saw
Okay,
that too.
because that, the issue was, we couldn't figure out
Where the water was.
Right.
And so they did prove
That
that it
much
does
water.
actually go down that drain, but does go out and not into the sewer.
And being he lives in another state, it took a little,
Yeah.
some time to get him to be able to get here and give us access to the building.
okay, so this is just the sewer portion, which is $1,096.
So because it
Steve-
didn't go into the sewer,
Right.
No,
they can get the credit.
Right.
only on a broken pipe.
Okay.
So we have a policy, Steve, just so you,
It's right.
okay.
Thanks, Dave.
And that policy is great because we are often referring to it.
And it's, yeah,
Okay, all in favor?
aye.
Aye.
No opposed, carried, thank you. All right, so we did Michael G. Next up is hire of Owen Buckley. Does everybody have the correct hourly rate? Was it $18.45?
That is correct.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone got it
Highlight.
correct. I pulled it before.
Okay. I'll take a motion, please.
Where we at here?
Make a motion to hire Owen Buckley as wastewater treatment plant operator trainee at $18.45 an hour, which is 90% of scale. Effective date will be to be determined.
I'll second it.
Terry, how close is he to starting?
Haven't even discussed it with them, I was waiting for the board.
You're smart. Okay. One thing that I did ask, I don't know if you saw it in there, but I'd really like new staff members to come to the board meeting, even if we pay them for an hour, because it's important for the board to know who's working for the village.
I'm not gonna disagree, but these are employees, these are their off hours. How about you guys go to the plant and meet them?
Yeah, we'll do that too.
That's kind of what I think would be the
Yeah.
respectable thing, and not have to try and call them in and make them
Yeah.
a puppet parade.
Well, there's not a puppet.
That's
so-
just kind of my feeling.
Okay, thanks, Ethan. Okay,
But
all right, all in favor?
Aye.
No opposed, it's carried. Okay, next up is the rehire of Patricia Dryberg. She's gonna be park office.
She's gonna work in the park office?
Yep, she's great.
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
Need a motion.
Is she one of the campers?
Yep,
Her and her husband, James.
I actually had one of her daughters a long time ago.
You waiting for a motion?
I'll make a motion to rehire Patricia W. Dryberg, May 25th, for $18 per hour as recreation attendant, seasonal.
Second.
further discussion.
So, she's gonna be behind a desk, or she's gonna be working across it?
She does whatever,
Oh,
whatever Stacy needs her for.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Checking people in and out and working a weekend.
yeah,
She does have a couple.
yeah, she's been there a long time, she's great.
yeah.
She's very personable. Her husband works here too, you see. He's on the list coming up. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Did you say aye, Bob?
Yep.
Okay, no opposed. Carried, thank you. All right, now we have a plethora of seasonal hires here.
All right, I make a motion to rehire Bill Spencer, $18 an hour. Carol Cervoni, $17 an hour. Mark McLean, $18 an hour. And David Tillotson,
Tillotson.
$16 an hour as seasonal laborers for the cemeteries, April 22nd, 2024.
I will second that. Oh, okay, go on.
All right, further discussion.
Why the variation?
So we have a scale,
They were-
depending on how many
Is it
years.
based on years?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Thank
Yep.
you.
Yeah, it was something that the board passed last year, so.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
No opposed, it's carried. Thank you. All right, so we have, I guess we could have put these all together.
Yes.
Additional rehires,
I'll go ahead. I'll make a motion to rehire Connor Levinsky at $16 per hour on May 13th. Jim Dryberg, $18 per hour, May 23rd. And Bob Spencer, $18 per hour, date to be determined as seasonal laborers.
Second.
Second.
further discussion. So this group is the group that works specifically within the mowing and stuff in the park, right, Scott?
Yeah.
Yeah. The others are the cemeteries.
Yeah, the cemetery.
Yeah. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
No opposed? Also carried. Okay, I need a motion to close the public hearing for the abandoned property new
I
law.
make a motion to close the public hearing for the local law draft for demolition of abandoned and unsafe buildings.
I'll second it.
Just to note, Fred, there's a couple of minor, Steve's gonna send them to you. Couple typos
Typos.
and
Okay.
a couple words left, so just to update it before we finalize it.
Bring it to the next. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
No opposed. Carried, thank you. Okay, now I need a motion to approve local law number, do we know what the number is?
No, because.
We have to wait till the state comes
Yeah,
back.
yeah, no, we didn't assign it yet.
I didn't think you were guys gonna put a vote on it at, this board meeting. I figured you'd leave it open because we weren't sure if it was all looked over correct and if everything was good. We can bring it back for a vote later, or you can vote on it now, but it's signed the local law. And I have to see what the one is that it's replacing. Because there must be replacing, and I don't know which one that is and what year it was.
Okay. Scott will be happy when this is done.
I figured we'd check it over, make sure everybody agrees with it. Like you said, you found some discrepancies, then send it back, just to have it.
The only thing I'm worried about in that are some of the wording that could be subjective.
Well, they all are.
Yeah, they all are, I know. Like, is this something where there should be maybe something at the top that defines what unsightly is, that defines what dilapidated
No.
is? I don't know.
Any contract, most of them are like that on purpose.
Yeah, I mean, the lawyer wrote this, so,
Unless you-
I think, and there's also in the code, there's definitions of,
Is there definition in the
Yeah.
codes? Okay, all right,
so,
I didn't realize that.
What do you
so,
wanna do?
Okay, then I'm good with
I
that.
would bring it back the next board meeting, because I've got to figure out the dates, and I don't know which law we're replacing.
okay.
It's my understanding that this one is completely different than the one we currently have. It has a little bit more.
Oh, yes.
So we'll probably just completely,
Just add a number.
it'll strike the former one completely out, so we're completely replacing it
Right,
instead of amending it.
okay.
It'll also allow for a little time for comments, if anyone chooses to.
We're gonna table it.
Yep.
I'll bring it back for a final vote on the next board meeting.
Okay, I need a motion to approve the general audit dated April 10th, 2024.
A motion to approve the general audit dated April 10th, 2024, total amount of $96,119.53.
Second.
Further discussion? All in favor? No opposed, it's carried, thank you. Moving right along. Okay, under board concerns, in your packet, you'll see on May 7th at 3:30, if anyone can attend, at the Schuyler County Courtroom, there's going to be a recognition for artwork selected to represent 10 counties of the 6th Judicial District of our New York State Unified Court System. All 3 students were from Watkins Glen, which is really cool. One of the students is the daughter of Officer Coleman, which you'll see there's a colored,
Oh, Wendy.
yeah, pretty cool. So if you're here and you're available and like to attend, May 7th, 3:30 at the county courtroom. I will be attending. You're welcome to join me. Okay, next up was just an update on the ADA playground. We're at the 75th percent of the drawings. The equipment list is attached. Margaret is joining me late on the project, replacing Trustee Woodworth. We hope to be starting sometime this spring, probably more likely, I would say, July, given how everything goes. Goal will be to have it finished by the end of the year. It's gonna be quite cool. I think I sent you, Steve, didn't I send you the whole plans, I think?
Yeah, and then I reached out and got copies of the isometrics.
Yeah.
Just to see the layout. I do have the blueprints. Looks fantastic.
Yeah, so we had a nice committee for that, and so exciting for the community. Next meeting, we're gonna declare the first week of May. I was asked by the Elks Lodge, it's the Elks Youth Week, so we'll do a proclamation at our April 23rd meeting to recognize that. And then the street law updates, we've got a few things left to tweak. We heard good feedback from residents last meeting. So what do you think, Fred? Do you think what we should have this ready by?
Yeah, I will, but I think, I just want clarification from everybody as far as if we, as the board, finalizing those stop signs, because everything else is cleared and, agreed upon, but the stop signs that on Porter and McGee and
Perry.
and Perry, those strip of, if you're deciding that we're gonna keep them or get rid of them, and then we'll make that final change along with a couple other things, and then
Well, I mean, if the board's comfortable, I think we can just voice our view on it. I will say I'm opposed to removing them.
Me too.
If there's no law that says that they have to be moved, then I got no problem with leaving them either, I mean. But if,
I
but
would
if
like
comes,
to see them left in there.
if down the road
I think
somewhere,
it'll cause more problems for us.
It's gonna
We
be,
take them out.
it'd be really confusing for people. All of a sudden you take them out and,
it doesn't matter,
I
they
did
run,
like your idea of speed bumps, so.
I know.
they run them anyways, it doesn't really matter, but
okay, so we are confirmed that we're gonna keep them in, so.
as long as there's not, somebody doesn't come back and tell us, or the state says you have to
We
take them
couldn't
out.
find anything.
No, there wasn't anything, I think we're just looking at,
But even if they come back, I would advocate that we still figure out a way to. keep
Yeah,
those
I got no
individuals.
problem with it, keeping them.
okay, then I'll clean it up and then bring it back, and you guys can vote on it on the 23rd, and then we'll make it official.
Attaboy.
Yay. Okay, just a couple of other reminders and I'll stop talking. Seneca 7 race is coming up, that we referenced it earlier.
The last Sunday of the month?
Some more to come on that, because I sent you the details, and I think I sent it to you and Ethan, that's what he was talking about.
What is it?
The Seneca 7 is the
Yeah.
run around the lake.
Yeah, huge,
Got
that's
3,000
huge.
runners.
I thought it was more like 6.
It's a lot.
It's 330 teams,
Wow.
300 and some teams, and there's like 6,000 people in it or something.
So,
He's the torch runner.
I stay up
Yeah.
nights.
then just to,
Torch runner leading the whole thing.
I know a lot of people that do it.
Yeah, there's quite a few other too.
Okay, May 5th is Village Cleanup Day, so I need a couple things. I'm looking at Terry and Scott, the other Scott, the back Scott. So it starts at 7 a.m. They love to have the board help. I'm gonna be a little bit late, but I will be there.
I'll be there.
It's, you know,
Do you
a
have to be
great
there?
effort. What I need from streets or parks or buildings, whoever wants, usually we have somebody, I think we had 2 guys last year
Yeah, 2 guys,
with a bucket,
the tractor and the dump truck.
yeah, and then some brooms and,
Oh, yeah, we just got brand new street brooms too.
Peter.
By the way, how many street brooms did we get?
All together, I think we got 6 new ones,
6?
yeah.
Holy crap.
It's very rewarding, even though it's early on a Sunday morning. There's coffee and donuts, and once we get the main part of the sidewalks cleaned up and we rake out all around the trees, then they bring in mulch, and we put the mulch down around the trees, and it looks good. And then I have to send the other Scott out for the people that are throwing cigarette butts all over after we
You
do
said
it.
it was May 5th?
May 5th, yeah.
Yeah, that's what, right here.
Oh, that's right, I have it up.
May 5th.
May 5th. No, May 11th is dumpster day.
Okay, so I thought they were gonna do it the same day.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they were the
No.
same day last year.
I
This is
can't
where
do
you-
that. I can do that.
You
I
do
can
this every day in front of your
Right, I was
building.
gonna say, I clean it. But I.
May 11th
I
is
can't do
dumpster
that
day.
with the dumpster day, I'm in on that.
May 11th, dumpster day is 8 o'clock.
Oh, yeah. They love dumpster day.
Peter,
Scott, you're
Peter brings
doing-
home more than people bring.
You're doing dumpster day, right? You're doing, okay.
Unless his wife comes with him.
All right, then the only other thing, and I swear I'm gonna shut up. I will have the budget to you in a couple, maybe tomorrow, Fred and I finish tomorrow. So we can get it on the agenda for the 23rd and get it passed is my hope. Margaret,
Yeah.
you wanted to talk about this
Yeah, just real
STC
quick. Yeah, real quick.
leadership,
What?
STC Leadership
Leadership, yeah.
Conference.
I attended the Arise program, information program, whatever, information session. And it's kind of like it's like a work study program like that we had when we were in school. They offer a lot of other services. The idea is to get the youth connected with businesses, to show them, what work life is like and stuff like that. The only thing with that program is it's a 50-50 match. And so, I don't know.
So they pay for half of it.
Half of it, we'd have to pay for the other half. I think we have so many things going on right now that,
Mhm.
but I mean, it was kind of interesting. The really interesting session, I thought, was the one on short-term rentals.
Yeah. Did you go to that, Scott?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we sat next to each other, and it was packed. So, in fact, there were way more people than they anticipated. They didn't have enough handouts for everybody because people just, at the last minute, they'll decide to go to another session. And it was packed because this is such a big thing for everybody, and it's so new. And one of the things I liked about the presentation was that, they show you things that you need to do, but it was kind of like they show you, you learn what to do by learning what not to do. So that always makes it interesting, but I thought it was kind of amusing, like one of the first slides that they brought up was, they said, this is a short-term rental, and then they just had several pictures of all these, just, it varies so much. They even had a picture of, it was down in like, I don't know, I think it was like Costa Rica or whatever, like where an airplane, it looked like an airplane that crashed into the jungle. And they said that they purposely put the airplane there, but that was a short-term rental. So it just goes to show you that there's such an array. There's such variety, but, and you might want to add to this, Scott, I don't know, but when they talked about it, they said when you're developing your laws, because you can almost really do anything you want.
Yeah.
Because this is so new, you have to start out kind of like, how do short-term rentals fit into our
Comprehensive plan.
into our comprehensive plan, and into our zoning law and things like that, because, and then they brought up a variety of different laws around New York, around upstate New York, and it ranged from A to Z. Remember we were talking about the one where like people could be jailed,
Yeah.
they could be thrown in jail. It's like, how do you enforce it? But it was really interesting. I took a lot of notes. And,
Did they talk about, were there people in the audience where they're asking about how to regulate like we do?
Yeah.
'Cause I feel like our community is pretty far ahead.
We are.
Yeah.
I think we are, yeah.
With cap, our percentage cap and,
I think it's a little too high, but that's just my personal opinion, but, there might, I've gotta look at, our laws, but, I don't have any problems with them, but, it was interesting to see that, there is a lot of wiggle room there with that.
well, so
Wow.
just so the board knows, the planning board is looking at every year we look at our zoning laws, and that's the time that the planning board typically looks at it, and they make recommendations that will come back to us to then revise that law if we want to revise it, and they're doing it now. So that's one of the questions, is the number too high? Scott's been asking because he needs to know.
Right.
We're at 8%, is it too high, is it too low, what should it be? And that's the time that
Yeah.
we would update that local law, and we typically do it in January, we're a little bit late. But
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get a hold of the presentation, because, it made mention of things like, making sure you have clear definitions, like sound can't be measured, but decibels can, little things like that can, so, it was interesting, I thought.
They did a good job.
Yeah, it was a good presentation.
was it done by an attorney, or?
I think it was somebody from New York State.
It
Oh,
was
from-
DOT who put it on.
Oh.
See, I did you get a handout, Scott? Yeah, I didn't either, so, but I think I have somewhere written down where I can get to, they even gave, websites for where you can look and see
Right.
all the different, like if you wanted to know who owns a STR in town, you go to this website and you can But, I think I wrote down an email address, I gotta ask them for the presentation, because it was pretty good.
Good. I'm glad you went.
Well worth, the drive up Spencerville.
Well, we've had other communities ask for our local law, because we really
Oh,
got
have
out
you?
ahead of it.
Yeah. I might just type
You
these
charge
notes
them for
up
that?
and maybe, I don't know.
No, Peter.
Would you say?
We're always
Did we
giving
charge
stuff
them?
away.
Did you charge?
All right,
That's it for me.
other board concerns?
I got just one question.
He's got his yellow pad out.
We pay the railroad $1,220 rent for what? Where?
Every railroad crossing you have, every department. This is a law that's been in place since railroads have existed.
Long time.
So every crossing, so any of our wires that cross the railroad, any of our sewer, any of our water, you pay a fee to the railroad.
Mm-hmm.
So if the railroad runs across our road, we pay them?
Nope.
No, yes.
No. Railroads have had carte blanche to do what they want, when they want, since the beginning of time.
It's a different playbook, Peter.
Yeah.
Basically, the
Yep.
government has said the railroad can do what they want, when they want, how they want, no public entity, no one can stop them.
Yeah, I was just,
Control of that too.
oh, I just thought there was a piece of property that they owned that we were renting them. We had to rent from
Every
them.
crossing in this village,
Every time the railroad goes across the street.
yep, and if there's wires that go across it, sewer that goes underneath it, water that goes underneath it, we have to pay a fee to the railroad.
No kidding.
So when did we ever find out about the rental on the telephone poles in the village?
Still being looked into.
Yeah.
Now that-
Tommy
We're
has
not being
been
billed
pursuing-
appropriately is what we're looking at.
Tommy had been pursuing that because it is a substantial fee.
Yeah.
Yeah, all we only found in the past was that it's a one-time thing, it's not a regular, it's not annual, so I don't know if they find anything else, but there's.
Other munis do it annually,
Right.
so
I remember.
it's still in the process of,
Yeah, Tommy's looking into it.
yeah.
Because it could be some good money.
It's a nice little thing.
All right, everybody good?
Yep.
We have no executive, so I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Carried.
So we meet, no, I'm gonna wait.
So, next meeting, I'll be gone.
Again?
The 23rd, right? Yeah, you told me.
Where you gonna go, Robert?
South Carolina.